going on, guys? It's Cimo, and welcome to the Crush Card Cup 2020.
What's up, guys? It's Jam1 from Jam1TCG coming at you guys with another totally awesome video, and today we're going to be taking a look at my first round of the Crush Cup. That's right, guys. I was able to get an invitation to the Crush Cup because it filled up really fast. Cimo, you guys know Cimo, big Yu-Gi tuber. He decided to throw a big tournament. And yeah, guys, so I got into it, and we're going to see how I'm doing so far. A lot of other tubers who are also a part of this tournament have been doing this, so I thought this was a good time to showcase to you guys that frogs are not dead, and the Frog Master is still here, okay, guys? And we're going to try to make Froggies work, even though poor Totally Awesome here got hit to 1, okay? It's sad, but guys, it's still playable. I was playing this deck before Toad even exists, okay? So before we get started, though, I just wanted to say to you guys, huge shout out to Cimo, like, for even sponsoring. I mean, well, he didn't sponsor, but he has sponsors. Shout out to them, too, for having this whole tournament for us, guys. It's really amazing. During this time when we're uncertain what's happening in the world, at least we can still play some Yu-Gi-Oh! And shout out to not just Cimo, guys, but Hani and everybody else, PPG, Pro Play Tours, everybody who's been hosting these online tournaments. I highly recommend you guys check them out, because if you guys are stuck at home and still want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's a lot of companies out here doing these tournaments, and you guys can sign up and just play. Like, it's been something that's really good. And yeah, guys, leaders like them in this community is what's helping us, okay? So I just want to say, like, let's see how we doing today with all of the things that's going on. So going here, we'll see right now that I win the dice roll here, so I get to go first. I believe this guy was playing Shaddoll, so this is the build that I was playing kind of before the format switched. This was a really successful build. You guys probably see my hand and like, what is this about? But you'll see. I'm going to go ahead here and do my whole little combo, which this combo is really nice. If you guys haven't done it before, checking to make sure he didn't have anything to stop it. But this was kind of like about couple weeks ago when the format was still in transition before Secret Slayers came out. So you'll see that, like, there's some things here. And a lot of people aren't even playing Shaddolls anymore, but I believe this was right when it was still popular and everybody thought this was going to be the best deck of this new Master Rule. So he goes ahead and he ashes me, which does nothing to frogs. Like, guys, we're just gonna bounce it back to my hand and just keep playing, because you need a couple hand traps to stop a swap frog. But yeah, I've been seeing you guys on the community, the frog community, saying that this deck is dead. Guys, if you think this deck is dead, you just don't know how to play this, okay? Frogs are still a very residual deck. It just sucks that Toad's to 1, and I was really mad at Konami for doing this, but hey, like, it is what it is, but we're not going to give up. We're going to keep playing through this. Like, I'm going to show you guys that it still works. And if you guys see any ideas while you see me playing these matches to help make this better, then by all means. As you're going to see, like, for the first couple rounds of this Crush Cup, I have been, and here I'm going to send again, because like I said, that didn't stop me. So now I'm going to go ahead and combo off. The whole point of this deck, this version of this deck, because I had to change it a little bit now with Emancipators and other things coming out, but the whole point of this is basically you pop off and you just OTK them, honestly. You control the field for enough and then you OTK. If things get out of hand, you have your Mystic Mind here to just basically stop them from doing whatever. And then, like, I'm running second cards because part of the problem with frogs is that once you go second, you almost lose every time. So here's the play. Hold on, before we go here, we're gonna pause here. But yeah, you kind of lose sometimes, so that's why, like, you only need a couple cards. You see, like, these cards, people are saying probably like, oh, this is bad, isn't that those are bricks? No, they're not, because as you see, I just need 2 cards to get started. So these cards are just in case the tempo swings against me, I can just come back, okay? That's why they're main decked in this version. This version was, like, topping locos and everything before the end of this Shaddoll is like an easy matchup to this deck, like seriously. But it's tailored more to the last format, so you'll see a lot of things in here. But yeah, this card right here. If you guys been following me, you know I was trying to play the Marinces stuff, but the Marinces stuff kind of didn't work out that well. I didn't really like it after a while, so I kind of scrapped it and went straight back to Paleo, if you guys didn't know that. But this was like the only card I kept out of here, and you'll see why. Basically, it lets you special summon another water monster from your graveyard, i.e. Swap Frog. So we're going to go ahead and keep playing here. This play is really powerful because if you guys remember, before they errata Swap Frog to only be once per turn to go back to your hand, this kind of like mimics the old school frogs where you could just keep bouncing Swap Frog and summoning and summoning and summoning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. He does end up having a way to stop it, as you see right there, which it sucks. But again, this is why we play these cards, to kind of give us a little follow-up. So he's doing it. He's on the Invoke version. So he impermed my Anemone Coral, and then he goes ahead to his turn because I had to force the end. That's one problem of doing this combo, is that if you get stopped there, you got to get stopped. But it's okay. He's not going to kill me, so I'm good. So he's going to go ahead and Alistair. I can't stop him, so let's see what he does. He searched the Meltdown, got the Alistair, normal to Alistair, can't stop him. He's going to let him do his thing. And I was kind of sad because I maybe overextended and got a little greedy here. Maybe I should have just went straight to Toad. He gets the Invocation, and I don't remember what he goes into. We're going to see. Oh, he Shaddoll fusioned me. Oh, yeah, I remember this matchup. I was thinking like, oh, man, this is looking really bad. It was looking really sad. So, I mean, I couldn't stop nothing. I didn't have an Ash or anything to stop this from going off. I was like, oh, man, he's popping off here. Maybe I should have just went to Toad and then just been safe. Well, all I'm thinking in my head is, look, all I got to do is survive the battle phase, and then I swing it back to my favor. That's literally why I'm not scooping or anything. Then he hits me with the Yugioh, which is really good. Like, this was looking really hopeless, guys. I was like, oh, man, like, oh, what do I do? And he brings out Big Baby Construct. She was banned all these years, and now she's just, like, out here just, like, wrecking face. And again, I mean, he's asking if I have responses and stuff, but I couldn't really do anything. There was literally nothing I could do at this rate. So we're just going to watch him go nuts here. The resolving of the Yugioh there, when she goes to graveyard, she can banish cards. So he banished my babies in grave. I was sad. I was like, man, this is looking really bad and sketch here. I don't know how I'm coming back from it. But this is why, like I said, the reason why this deck is created, this version of this deck, like, it swings back even when you start to lose control of the match, which is why it's been very successful. I wish I could keep running it like this, but I'm gonna have to make some changes to it within the next couple of weeks, because with Secret Slayers coming out, things really got out of hand with the meta, and the meta is changing super fast, so you got to adapt. But yeah, so I'm gonna head and speed it up a little bit to see. So he goes ahead and he goes and does this whole little combo here. He's going to make the cross sheep, going nuts here. So yeah, he went into his cross sheep, then he brought back the Yugioh, then he went into make a Macabre. I couldn't do anything, so like I said, I just let him go ahead, but he couldn't OTK me here, so I was happy about that. He kills the Coral. Coral's kind of like, dang, okay. Attacks me with cross sheep, okay. I believe I evenly him on my turn, or I might do it here. I'm not sure which one I did. I think I was thinking, yeah, I was like, he's going to set more, so let me go ahead and like let him think I'm hopeless here. Because with Macabre, he can negate trap cards, but most Invoke players with Shaddoll aren't playing trap cards in their main, so I knew he couldn't negate this. So I kind of got greedy and let him set a few more cards before I evenly him. Checking to make sure he don't have anything for the battle phase before I go. You got to always announce your phases, because people will be like, no, wait. So I always pause and give people time. I'll be like, battle, anything. like standby anything. And he doesn't have anything. So now I'm thinking he's probably scared because he's like, dang, he's going to battle phase. What? He's probably like, why is he maining evenly? This is why I main evenly in this build anyways. But yeah, so Makabe cannot negate. I'm positive he doesn't have a trap card in hand. They only play one. What's the odds? So I go ahead and evenly him there. And he's like, wow, that sucks. So we banish all the problem cards. I don't remember what he keeps. He keeps his face down. I wonder what this is actually. I can hover over it. Oh, he kept a Shaddoll Fusion. Okay. So now from here, I go ahead and set up this combo, which is really nice. I'm pretty sure I do this. You see the Mime in my hand and the Lilith. So Lilith is a nice card. She allows you to basically like dig for trap cards. And shout out to Mike Wiz. This is kind of his tech. You guys, Mike Wiz, he's like one of the best paleo players. I'm the Frog Master. That guy is a paleo god. Like, when it comes to frogs, I'm good at all frog versions, but Paleo is his deck. But I stole this tech from him. So shout out to you, Mike. Right here, but this is my twist on it here. I'm going to go ahead and activate Mystic Mind on top of my own Lilith. Yep. So go ahead and activate Mystic Mind on top of my Lilith. So what this does is basically Lilith's quick effect will allow me to tribute her off the minute he plays another monster and lock him into Mystic Mind. And I knew, like I said, I know this form. This was the format before it was coming into the current format. I knew this matchup really well, and I knew that he didn't have any main deck outs in mind after this. So he's basically stuck to either let me just sit here and not play any cards, or he's going to summon a card and then get stuck under mine. Either way, he's kind of screwed. So let's see what he does. I believe he goes ahead and he does end up doing something with this Shaddoll Fusion, or he just plays a monster. No P pass because he didn't want to do anything. But now what this allows me to do is kind of build my resources back up again. So I'm just gonna keep setting cards here until he has a response to do anything. So I'm gonna keep fast forwarding for it. Okay, here he goes. The big play. He normal summons and tries to get an invocation. The minute he does this, I'm going to just chain Lilith's effect right here. Doesn't really matter what I get. I don't remember what I got with it, but basically now he's stuck under mime, and I know that he has no outs to this, so he's gonna lose. He lets it go through because he doesn't have anything. So Lilith's effect resolves, and I'm gonna go for another trap trick. Sorry. Lost wins in case he tries to summon out a monster or a metaverse just in case he gets rid of the mine because I know he can't out it. So basically now I'm sitting pretty here and he can't do anything. So this is the point of this. So mine will either lock me enough to basically scope the field in my favor, or it will basically, in this case, let the guy deck out because he doesn't have any response to it. So we're just gonna go ahead and show you guys. I'm just gonna keep setting cards. He's gonna keep setting cards. And then eventually he's just gonna basically say I tell them, I'm like, look, do you have anything? I know you're not maining outs. We're just gonna keep skipping. And then he's just gonna be like, oh, I have it. I know I have an out. I know he's lying. He just doesn't want me. He wants me to out my own minor misplay, and I'm not going to. So long story short here, I'm just gonna tell you guys, he ends up just scooping. We just pass back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I deck him out. So you'll just see this interaction. We'll keep discarding cards here. And then I'm just going to show you guys the next game because he scoops. There's no reason to let you guys see like the long drawn out of this. Okay, so then the game was over. Like I said, it was annoying. He literally sat there and watched me just discard cards for all those turns. We both just did the same thing. He wanted to get knowledge of my deck So, okay, cool. But it was just kind of like a waste of time because I was like, guy, I know you don't have anything. Okay. So, next game, I don't know if he decides to go first or second. I can't recall. A lot of Shaddoll players were doing this though. They kept making me go first, which I think is a big mistake because it's like, guys, I am a trap deck. Don't let me go first. So I'm not sure. I think he did let me go first in this instance. I'm not 100% sure right here. No, he went first. Okay. So, okay, he goes first and he decides, like, yeah, I can't let that happen again. So, of course, which was smart, but he didn't know that I was having an impermanent here. So, he goes ahead and he summons the Alistair, and then I just impermanent right here. This, like, hard just ends his turn because I know he has nothing in response to this. Because, again, this was like Shaddoll, right? So he needed to get to his invocation. That's why he summoned the Alistair first. And I knew that his hand, he must not have had it, which we can even see his hand. Um, I'll go ahead and activate it here. Let's look at his hand just so we know. Yeah, so oh wow, he had a lightning storm in there. Yeah, so I knew that he didn't have any access to any of his fusions at this rate because why would you normal summon him? That was the only reason that he could and would. So okay, so I go ahead and imperm him, and then he's like, ouch, because he knows that was like no really thing he can do to follow up on it. So he sits here and he thinks for a long time. Let's go to the next play. I believe he just ends his turn after this, though, honestly, because he doesn't have any other play. And this hand doesn't look too bad for me. It looks kind of bad and bricky. It is, but because I do have a Dupe Frog in hand right here. Oh, and I hard draw a Swap Frog. I was gonna say I could have just crashed into him and then got the Swap Frog, but I hard drew Swap Frog, which is like super good. Heart of the card moment right there. So now I know that I can take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have anything. I assume that he probably did have a Shaddoll Fusion, the quick play one, face down, but I knew that he probably didn't have like a really good play to follow up with it. So I'll go ahead and use Swap Frog's effect to send another dupe. Then I'm gonna go ahead here and do the combo that I was telling you guys about, I believe. I try to get a little bit greedy to take advantage again. And here goes the Shaddoll Fusion, the El Shaddoll Fusion, which I thought that he had. But as we saw his hand, he actually doesn't have any valid targets to do this. So I called them out on that. I'm like, you can't do that. He tries to go Trick Clown and Performer Clown and that into a construct. And I'm like, where's your Shaddoll card, sir? And he's just like, oh, oops. And I'm like, yeah, you can't do that. So he takes it back. Um, so now he's just stuck here with the Alistair. And I knew from there, like I said, I already kind of knew his hand. And that's how I play, guys. I kind of like scoped out in my head what they could possibly have. And I play a couple turns ahead of them in my head, is how I play usually. So yeah, you see he realizes that he can't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I went into Toad to be safe this time because I got punished last time for trying to do the Coral play. So I just went ahead and made Toad to be safe because I would have a negate in hand right here. And our one of baby boy Toad, totally awesome. I overlaid into my totally awesome Exceed monster right here. And he's just like, okay, yeah, I can't do anything. So I go ahead and just smack over him. And yeah, I feel pretty confident that I'm gonna win this here because now I have a negate set up and I'm about to get another monster on my standby on his standby phase. So you see me here overlaid to my totally awesome sea monster. So I normal summon and he's confused here. I normal summon my Dupe Frog, and most of you guys are like, why would he do that, right? Well, if you're a really good frog player, then you understand that this is dupe lock. On his turn, I'm gonna special summon another dupe and basically stop him. So you see, you can probably see in the chat, he's like, what a surprise. Like he's confused of why I did that. So I said two. I still have the negate because Toad negates from either hand or field, okay? So I have a negate. He has 4 cards. One of them doesn't matter. So I'm just like, let's go. It doesn't matter. And we know he saw a Lightning Storm in his hand, but I was playing around Lightning Storm too. I knew he probably had one. It just didn't matter to me because I still have all of these and Trap Tricks. So I go ahead and detach right here to bring out a dupe. And like I said, this will create dupe lock. And if you guys don't know what dupe lock is, it's basically like an old school lock. It basically prevents them from attacking because once you have 2 frog monsters on 2 dupe frogs on the field, they cannot attack. And the reason why is a ruling back in the old days with Marauding Captain and monsters that say this, that you can only lightning rod effects. You can only attack that monster. If you have 2 monsters that both say you can only attack that monster, it creates an endless loop of you can't attack this dupe frog because you can only attack that dupe frog, and you can only attack this dupe frog because you can only attack that dupe frog, and basically you can't attack at all because it stops. They both protect each other and stop you. So that's attack lock. So that's why I did that. He didn't understand why I did that. He probably was gonna go into battle phase and everything, and then he drops the lightning storm. I'm like, oh no, okay, whatever. I don't know if he called monsters. Yeah, he called monsters. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and call monsters. I'm going to, of course, negate here because I don't want to lose, even though it only does attack position, I don't want to lose my Toad. So I believe since Toad is at 1, I don't want to tribute my Toad off just in case he has a call by the grave. So I think, I tribute off the other dupe. I break my own dupe lock, but whatever. I'm like, give me that lightning storm because, hey, it might come in handy. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that I had this game because guys, it was like I said, what does he have in his hand? I knew that he probably had no Shaddoll cards because that's why he couldn't use his El Shaddoll, and he had the hard draw one, which I don't know if he did or didn't. Yeah, he hard drew an area. Okay, cool. So what? What's the best he can do? Bring out a construct or a window or what? It doesn't matter. Like even if he brought out one of his big boys, I still have 2 cards here. And he would be forced to attack this dude frog first. So I'm just like, I don't really care. I'm like, go for it. So I go ahead and I pop this other card here just in case it's something crazy. And then I go ahead into my trap tricks to get ready for this monster that's about to come out, which I banish a lost wins because I'm like, no matter what he brings out, if it has no effect, it's not really like gonna matter. And I chain this first because afterwards you can only use 1 more trap card. So I use Oleanoids first so I could get my cards off before. Looks like it froze on us, guys. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so he goes ahead and he makes his big boy construct, which I was like, okay, who cares? Because now I have a lost wins and I have his lightning storm. So I'm really like, okay, 1 construct versus an army of frogs. We're not afraid of you. So on the summon of it, I just go ahead and straight up use Lost Winds because I don't want him to get any more resources into Grave with the construct. So I'm just like, yeah, no, like no effect on construct, just get it out of here. And I believe there was like this weird ruling that I wasn't sure of, but it didn't matter what he did, honestly. So he goes ahead and he sends that, and I chain my Oleanoids in graveyard to bring back. So I have more fodder for next turn to try to OTK him because it's basically what I'm trying to do at this point. So he goes ahead and stops the construct from sending anything to grave, and then goes ahead and he resolves his aerial effect, banishes my frogs, which again, I'm still so far ahead in resources that it didn't matter here. So he goes ahead and use Trick Clown, or sorry, I always mix these up. Juggler to get the Trick Clown, which I'm like, okay, I'm still like, this doesn't do anything. Like now, better way, Lost Winds permanently has this construct, so I'm just like, okay, he has no effect, and he can't even beat over the Duke Frog. So what is he gonna do here? But yeah, we had like a discrepancy here with a ruling. I wasn't sure if Ariel resolved first or something. I really didn't care at this point. I was just like, whatever, banish the lost wins. I don't even care. I still win. Because I was going to try to reset the lost wins later. But I wasn't sure how that chain resolved. So I just said, whatever. I didn't want to call it judge or nothing. I could have, but I just was like, let me just try to end this match. So he goes ahead and he tries to battle and attack this. And then I inform him, you can't do that because Dewfrog is face up. So like I said, lightning rod effect. He must not have known that about Dewfrog, which if I would have kept the Dupe block, I would have been good. But it's all good. He still can't beat over it because Construct's attack points is permanently half due to lost wins. Lost wins cuts it in half in negates his effect. So it's at 14 attack. He can't even beat over little old graduation frog here. So I'm just laughing at him like, I got this. It's literally nothing that he can do. So let's see. So I draw, and then I believe I'll go ahead and OTK him right here. My standby phase, you guys know I can detach and bring out, use Toad's effect to bring out a Swap Frog. Swap Frog's effect hits the field, and then I go ahead and I dump another Swap Frog. Try to get some of my resources back that he banished. Normal summon a Swap Frog, send another Ronin. And then from here, I have a game. I do. I believe I can just go straight Boral Sword here, even though he banished some of my resources. So I go ahead and I'll make that into a Link Spider to get an effect monster on the field because they're vanillas. And then right here, I make the Boral Sword. Boom. And people are like, frogs can't kill, frogs can't OTK. Guys, Boral Sword is like the cream of the crop play. So I go ahead and I bring back a Ronin so I can have a negate on field, but also so I can switch it into defense mode. And he already saw the writing on the wall. He knew that was it right there. So what I would have done from there is I would have switched that Ronin to defense mode and then battled, went Boral Sword, attack. Construct has no effect because of the lost wins, so I would have beat over the Construct and then basically attacked again, and that would have been game. So yeah, guys, that's the round one. So I won my round one. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. Just make sure you guys keep on watching. The next video, whenever it airs, it'll be like right after this video. So just click and find it. I'll make a playlist of this too, so you guys can find it. But yeah, make sure you guys click the next video so you can watch it and comment below. Any tips and anything will be helpful, guys.